to you, of course, Sunday the 26th of February 2023. It's Nicola in the Orange here. Let's go. Got a slight hay fever, but I should be alright for the journey. And I'm heading towards Norwich. That's from Norwich to Great Yarmouth.
Norwich 12 to 12. Please familiarise yourselves with the safety notices that are displayed throughout the train, and for your comfort and safety, CCTV is in operation throughout the entire journey. I shall very shortly be making my way through the train. If you could please assist me by having all tickets ready for inspection. Once again, this is your 10:50 service to Norwich.
Well, hello there, and welcome to, of course, yet again another experience hopefully you'll never forget for many years and centuries to come. Do excuse my hay fever sound voice here. Of course, it's not the greatest voice that I can possibly ever imagine, but on that note, I would like to say that I'm going to try my best to entertain you at the same time as you watching this. My name is Nicolini Orange, which of course I have no oranges with me, but of course it is my current stage name for this year of 2023. Who knows what it is in the future, but of course currently to this year of 2023 it is Nicolini Orange. So welcome to, of course, what you are about to watch, which is phenomenal footage of course, this hotel room exclusively for the Touring With Us channel on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Truth Social, which is a newish kind of American-based sort of social media. Instagram as well, which we hardly ever use, but of course we are there. And of course, yes, I don't think there's any others that we need to discuss right now, apart from the actual kind of groups that we are affiliated with, which is on Facebook, which is We Love Haverhill UK, We Love East Anglia, Luna's platform, and of course there's another one that we are going to be talking about soon, of course, which has sort of launched in a small way, which is under the name of Social TV. Let's move on and let's show you this room with a click here, and let's go before my runny nose gets even worse. But anyway, that's another thing altogether. I'm doing my best to try and keep happy and keep smiling, all that kind of thing. So yeah, let's go with a bang. So as per usual, as soon as you enter this room, which is room number 18 here, you get some tea and coffee facilities. You get two plugs here, which you can plug your extension lead in, like I've done just there, and you can leave all your sort of belongings there if you wish to do so. And of course you get a TV remote. Last time I remember that being a case of it being fixed, and of course it was the case of it being fixed this time. And to prove that it actually works, all you've got to do is press that higher button up there, which is that red button there, and off we go. We should be able to get some sort of TV. I think I managed to wiggle some of the sort of wires at the back there, which you can see just here. And of course, straight away I get GB News Sunday weather. Of course, it's in the middle of Anna Aquier's show, of course. That's the name of the presenter, and it's telling you the temperature on Monday. But of course, when you watch this, or by the time you watch this video, the day would have passed by now. So this is what the weather's going to be like on a Monday. So yeah, on a Monday, it looks like it's patchy to me. And of course you've got, of course, the times during the day of when that rain is going to be about or disappearing. So yeah, you've got the clock on the screen there, which is very useful when you switch the TV on in the morning, so you know exactly what time it is, so you don't really need a watch. It's already there for you there. 20 past 4, otherwise known as, which is, of course, clearly stating 16:20 p.m. UK time. There is another room here, which we'll probably show you on another video. And, of course, yeah, I want to do it in 2 parts, if I may, because this is the camera that I'm using of the Samsung camera, and the other one will be on the iPhone 7. So, slightly 2 different picture quality of cameras. So, what you're seeing now is the view of outside my window, which you'll see in more depth right now. So the view that you get is a beautiful view from this window here, and probably one of the best views of the actual BnB that I'm in. Now if I zoom my camera in, you'll be able to see, because you don't often get to see it, you know, from your naked eyes. And that's the beachside from here. That's the view of the sea. Fantastic, phenomenal view of the sea. There to similar channels, I don't know, but of course, yeah, various other channels, not just the ones that I just showed you, but of course you've got the mainstream channels, Freeview on there, as well as radio stations. Well, my red nose is still there. You can see it sort of vaguely there. It's not comic relief day yet, but of course I would say this now. Of course I've got my hat on. It's literally feeling like 3 degrees Celsius here in this part of Norfolk, here by the seaside of the famous seaside of Norfolk of Great Yarmouth. So like I say, it feels like 3 degrees, but it's actually 7 degrees according to the internet. So how true that is, of course, yeah, you work it out yourself. I'm not a weather expert on that note, but yes, I'm now going to relax for a cup of tea, and then you can join me on the next part and the next section of the video here, where I show you a bit more of the actual room. Assembly. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I must have pushed something, and of course I did that myself, by the way. I just so do excuse my sort of funny voice at the moment, but I'm doing my best here. So of course this is the main curtains here. Of course we've woken up on a lovely glorious sunshine morning here, and let's look on the other side of the curtains. So what you get is what you see here, and of course the far distance you can see the sea. Not only you get a good view of the sea, you've also got a little patio. Often in the summer they put, of course, chairs and tables there, so that of course basically you can sit outside, or anyone can sit outside should you have permission to do so. Just above the wall there is the car park here. You can see car park just there. Of course it's not the best car park in the world, but of course people like to stay here and of course park their car here. So I do apologise about my voice being a bit strange here. It's just got that feeling that is not always nice to hear. But yeah, there might be some clips where I'm going to do some voiceovers when my voice is a little bit better. So I can only apologise on that note. But yeah, it's 19 minutes past 10 now. I've got to pack up and, of course, find breakfast somewhere. And in the meantime, do check us out on the other video clips here. And thank you very much for tuning into what has been an amazing so far night stay. And of course, I've got another night stay to go, and I'll come back on the Tuesday, the 28th of February 2023. I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee. I think you probably would join me on that. Oh, I haven't cleaned it myself very well, but yeah, it looks better if I turn it around that way. But so this double bed actually has two switches here, which one of them is working and one of them is not. So let's have a look at this, and of course I think it's this one that switches off like that, and the other one doesn't work. These lights, of course, one of the lights have been now fixed here, which is good since the last time I came. So that is an improvement. And yeah, it doesn't switch on that light there, but it gives you enough light of the room here. And of course, this is what it looks like at night. You can just vaguely see the street lights over there. Look like moons in the background, and makes it feel like I'm in a living room of some kind. The old fire notice here, I presume this had been put up by the previous hotel people, and of course what to do if there is a fire. Of course, dial 999, which is quite a common sense thing to do. Do not attack the fire unless you have been trained to do so. Leave by the nearest safe exit. Do not stop to collect your personal belongings. So go to the assembly point. Do not use the lift. Of course, this place doesn't have a lift anymore, so I presume that is why I said it. That notice has been there, of course, since this place was previously a hotel. And it's got somewhere to hang your coats up as well, which is quite nice as well. So I'll turn this light here on. Oh well, actually, I turn this light off and it ends up being that light there. So yeah, there's another room over there, which I'll show you at a later stage. Or maybe you've seen it on a previous video, but I will show you on this camera on iPhone 7, which is what's filming now, at a later stage. So that's what I'll do, okay? I'll show you on another stage. And of course, yeah, I keep thinking the light switch is using this light here in this bathroom, but actually it's this pillar thing here, and it should switch this light on here. And there's a shower here, and of course, oh, very creaky. The reason why I think it's creaky is because it's a very ancient floor and it's been around for so many years. So yeah, it hasn't really bothered me too much about that, but you know, I walk into the shower here. It's quite a small one, but of course, yeah, that's the main sort of area where you can stand your feet there. And of course, be extra careful with this kind of shower head, because I noticed it fell to the ground a little bit, but I had to pick it up and put it on there. And so far, if I leave it as it is, it should be alright and doesn't crash onto the floor. But yeah, I'll demonstrate it going on. So what you will need to do is, when you first come here you need to realise to hold this little thing here, and it is a metal little piece here, and of course you push it forward to yourself, and of course you pull it to yourself here, and the warm water should come towards you. So if you turn it towards your left, it's quite an unusual shower sort of handle, which I haven't experienced in my life, you know, even as a young child. But of course, you know, it will eventually warm up. At the moment it's on freezing cold, but it takes its time to warm up. I understand that, but if I turn it more to the left, I think more likely than not the warm water will come out. And the tap on and give it a chance here, because it will warm up in just a moment. It's warming up now perfectly. Yeah, it's just lukewarm at the moment, but of course it probably will eventually end up hot. Strangely enough, and it is a fact that I've known for many a times using this room, because I've been in this room for quite some time now, and I've lost count how many times I've been in this particular bathroom here with the creaking floor. But of course, yeah, I've put this tap on. That's a well-known fact. I put this tap on, and that of course makes the warm shower come on. How weird is that? So yeah, so that's what you've got to do to put the warm shower on. Put that hot tap on, and it makes this warm water come like a spark. The toilet at home that I have to put the seat down. Well, yeah, after you finish with it, it's probably wise to put your seat down, but it was actually left up. But yeah, you got your toilet roll with it, which comes with it. You've got a couple of glasses here and a cabinet there, which opens like that. Ooh, you just wonder what's in it, but nothing to really see. But of course you can put anything you like on it if you are staying for longer days. I'm not quite sure what this is, whether it is an old kind of, you know, somewhere where you would stack a toilet roll inside, and you've got the heating on, which comes on, say, for example's sake, from 7 o'clock up towards 11 o'clock, due to, of course, saving energy, you know, because obviously it costs money to extend it throughout the whole night. So this is the main sink here, and you've got a mirror here, and of course you can see me in the mirror there, hello. And of course, yeah, and of course this light does switch on if you pull it just like that. And you've also got a mirror here, hello once more. Stay safe. So yeah, and you've got a toilet brush there as well. Notice how these patterns of the floor are quite nice, really. And you've got a bin there, second bin here, which of course I've got another one in the other room, and the towels are just lying up there, and you can have new towels. Of course it says here, to help us help the environment, if you require fresh towels, please leave the dirty towels in the bath or shower for collection. Again, that's probably a sign from the old hotel, but the probably rules still stand. So this is the main door here. It does have a lock if you need it, and you just twist it to the right here if you need to lock the door, and it will just, oh it does lock. So it locks like that, and it is quite fab, just like that. So I'll turn this to the left because I need to get out, otherwise I'll be stuck in here forever. And this is the actual main door, which of course did slam on me a minute ago. But yeah, kind of reminds me of an old school sort of, door attachment. Something that you would see in a school. I'll turn the light off here of the bathroom. We'll say goodbye to the bathroom for now. I've been watching Dawn Newson on GB News tonight, the only channel I've been watching for basically since my night stay began. So there you go, I'm there in the mirror, and there's another mirror. I'm surprised of how many mirrors there are in this hotel. I've been showing on the behind the scenes picture and the video, or the live if you like. I've actually brought my extension lead so I can plug it into the socket here, and you can see a bit more in-depth version of where I set up the wiring. But yeah, since then I've had a clear picture of all the channels, including this one here. As you can see, that's the time it is at the moment, of course, on my date, which is Monday the 27th of February 2023. So it is a pleasure to bring a close to the video and videos of course, this room of number 18. I would have to say it is my favourite of all of the rooms, although I have been in other rooms in the past, and I think I have got on Facebook somewhere the room that was in, of course, just one flight of stairs, going through that door and going through a little small corridor, which of course you'll see in just a moment. But yeah, I remember that room quite immensely, and I haven't been in it for quite some time. Maybe next time I'll be able to go in there, but yeah, depends if the rooms are free. But the night you have is just remarkable. So the price you'll be paying for it is something around about £25 a night, and it could go up any time they decide to put it up. So I would like to firstly thank Wayne and Claire for allowing this video to go ahead on YouTube channel of Touring With Us, and I thank them always because I've been loyal to them. I've been really upfront with them, and of course really enjoyed all night stays since, of course, knowing them, since I found them just by chance. But yeah, we did and have done sent a lot of Christmas cards, but of course they need to find our address so that they can send one back to us in the future. But we always thank them every year for allowing us to stay over here. And obviously people can't go on forever, but of course I will never forget my experiences, of course, in this great B&B by the coast, which is 5-minute walk down the road to Great Yarmouth's finest seaside resort, next to, of course, Marine Parade, that sort of area of Norfolk. So thank you very much for watching, and as always, hit that subscribe button, and it doesn't cost you a penny to do that, and hit that thumbs up on the video channel, and we'll see you next time wherever we go. So that, my all-weather friend, is just about it for the 2-night stay, which I have completed in complete style. And it has been nickel in the orange from my stage name to this current day and date, if you like, of Tuesday the 28th of February 2023, which is my last morning before I head off back to Suffolk, which I'll talk about in just a moment. Firstly, a huge thanks to, of course, and many thanks to Wayne and Claire for, of course, allowing me to stay here for a couple of nights. Hopefully I'll do more in the future, and hopefully this place never leaves us. But, of course, obviously, none of us go on forever. But, of course, I will never forget my great times I've had here for many, many of years. One of my favourite rooms here in the B&B of what is called the Rains Court Lodge, because it actually currently is a B&B, and it has been for quite a few years. But previously, it used to be a hotel. Apparently, it used to have a lift, but of course, unless I see pictures of this, well, I actually presume it's true because there's a sign on the door of the fire exit. Of course, says do not use the lift. So that's why I think there used to be a lift here. But anyway, yeah, that's the fire thing on that door here. You've got the smoke alarm up there, which is quite a useful thing as well. Something that I didn't really mention about on the video. Thought I'd sort of summarise this event for 2 nights, and of course my sort of walking around Great Yarmouth. I've got to do a heavy lot of walking going back to Suffolk. Well, actually, I won't be walking the whole distance, but I'll be walking towards the Trollcart area, which is the Weatherspoons Hotel and Restaurant. Yeah, that's where I'll be heading to sort my change out, because luckily you've got HSBC and NatWest, so of course you're able to put all your change that you spent, all your loose change, and you just shove it in one bank, or maybe two if you've got to. But of course, yeah, you haven't got to, obviously, but I'm just having a little bit of a joke with you. But so a huge thanks to everyone, of course, who allowed me to stay this night. Mainly, of course, Claire and Wayne, who I've known for many, many of years, and of course previously known as a hotel many years ago. So literally, I've got to come out of this hotel eventually, obviously hand the key in, which is of course this key here that doesn't actually say key number 18 or room number 18 actually. Yeah, so of course it doesn't say the room number on here, and this is the main key that you would actually use to get in the door. It actually opens the front door, but I won't say too much about that. So yeah, I don't want to drag on too long, but of course I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to leave that racing through your mind. All of this that of course you have witnessed, and some phenomenal occurrences did take place, like the door yesterday that completely shut on its own apparently. But of course, yeah, looking at the footage, it looks like as though it did kind of like shut it on its own accord. But of course, I can assure you that, yeah, for those skeptics out there, that I actually pushed it myself. But anyway, again, I'll leave that racing through your mind. It has been Nicolini Orange, and of course, main highlight of the 2 nights. Obviously, a huge thanks to Wayne and Claire, and second of all, meeting up for the first time, Ben, the manager of Majestic Amusements, which is just down the seafront, about 2-minute walk from Euston Road. I've got to head to, of course, the Trollcart area, which is the Market Gates area, heading down probably Euston Road, and then of course to St Nicholas Road, which I've got to turn a left and then go into the town that way. I could turn a right, but I'd end up at the St Nicholas Minster, which I have been to before with my brother, of course, Giuliano Legendary Plum. We all know him. Well, some of you do. And he's the host of the NAR show, otherwise known as Nice and Relaxing Show, which is usually every Fridays at around about 8 p.m, unless otherwise stated. Thank you very much for watching as a whole. I'm now going to finish up by saying and leaving you with some of the highlights of the 2 nights stay. Till next time, take care. don't forget hit that thumbs up. Really helps boost the channel subscribers, and subscribe free of charge. Stay safe. Don't go too far away. Here ending, of course, at this time here. I think this coffee is well deserved, don't you think? You could say it's tea actually, so what do you think is in this one? Let us know in the comments what you think. Just as a joke. Just as an extra joke. Well, actually, I'll tell you the answer. Well, it is actually coffee. Just to prove that very point, as the camera will show here. There you go. Lovely coffee to finish up with. I wonder if it's Nescafe original. But the problem is, I'm not quite sure, because, tell you what, it doesn't actually say on the tin what it is. So, yeah, that's interesting to know, isn't it? Interesting narrative on that. That's the view I had. Well, of course, you can't really see much there, but of course, the view is there. I'm going to have one last view. These are the things that I'll put back neatly. So there we are. Of course, you can see it there. That's the coffee, tea, and sugar there. Well, I'll tell you the truth, I hardly ever used coffee at this location since I had been staying here. I might use it occasionally, but not very often. Right, let's see the last view before we go. Well, this is the view from the room number 18 of the BnB at Rainscott Lodge in Great Yarmouth. Euston Road is in the distance, just down here, and that's the beach there. The lengthier beach, at least, of course, it's still to this day a sandy beach, and a lengthy one of that note. So Great Yarmouth won't have any problems with people going on the beach, not as far as we are aware. But this is the view that you get. If I zoom in, you'll be able to see it, and you'll be able to see the sea as well. Unfortunately, the weather is not as great as it was the other day, or yesterday actually, but it might brighten up later on. But of course, it's not as great as it was, but that is no fault of the actual hosts of the hotel, I have to say. This is the main car park, which usually is at a charge, reduced rates at the beginning of the year, and the price actually goes up in the summertime. So there we are. That's where the old hotel would have been, and of course normally there's tables and chairs there for the summer for those who want to sit outside. But yeah, the main seafront is in that direction, that way. That's where the Britannia Pier is, and this is the area that of course is not shown by many videographers. They like to see the main seafront down in that direction, and somewhere down there where the cinema is where the webcam of the main Marine Parade, if I pronounce that right, Marine Parade is where the webcam is, in that direction, so you can actually see the main area of the seafront of Great Yarmouth, the finest beach of all time. So there you go. That is where you'll get to the Britannia Pier in that direction, down that road there.